Well, I'm a bit tired and also in a bit of a cantankerous mood today, so why not? I guess it would be as good a time as any to do one of these discussion videos again. It's been a minute. Well, I guess I should get into it before I ramble on for too long. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Hello, everyone. Britton here, also known as Some Okie Dude, and I'm back again today with another discussion kind of video, a type of video I generally make when the mood hits me, and that's where I kind of discuss my thoughts on a particular subject. I've done a couple of these kind of videos in the past, and, well, this is my first one that I'm going to be doing this year, talking about a troubling trend I've seen on BookTube, and, well, I had to add my thoughts on to it, so, well, let's get to it before I ramble on, shall I? So I saw a video the other day, and by the other day, I mean like a month ago, from a YouTuber called Elena Estelle. I apologize if I got your name wrong by any means. You can feel free to comment and correct me if you want, about why she thinks negative reviews are important when it comes to discourse about art of any kind. I thought it was an interesting video. It's a great video. It really got me thinking about this troubling tendency I've seen on BookTube. One where, there are these certain books that you must like in order to be respected on BookTube, and B, we're not really allowed to dislike books, which has been kind of troubling for me, because I think everyone should be able to like and dislike what they want. Now, I understand people get passionate about books and enjoying books and reading them, and, well, any kinds of media, and I appreciate the passion. But there are certain things I've noticed from particular YouTubers and seeing videos from particular YouTubers that have been very worrying for me. Then Tori from Tori Talks made a video discussing how authors aren't gods and people just need to chill out when it comes to disagreeing with people who have differing book takes than you. Well, after that, then I knew I had to make this video. I should note, I don't have many gripes with either of these videos, as I usually do with these videos. This is more of a adding on video, if you will, where I kind of add my thoughts and feelings and beliefs about this particular situation. So don't take this as a video saying you're wrong, shut up, as more of a let me add on a little bit. I think I can add a little bit to this conversation, at least hopefully. I know people like these videos, so, you know, I'm taking it as a good sign. There were several ways I thought about making this, but I dismissed most of them because I thought it sounded whiny, and it sounded like, why aren't these books being covered by these booktubers I like? And that's not really going to help anyone. There was also a one I thought about doing, kind of about a perceived cliquishness I saw on BookTube, but I thought, I didn't want to offend anybody, so, well, I mean, I didn't want to say the wrong thing and then people get mad, so maybe I'll make something about that sometime in the future, but not right now. I did think about making this video in that way, but I decided against it, because I'm like, do I really want to step on toes? I mean, I don't mind stepping on toes, but I didn't want to say something wrong and then people misrepresent what I mean, because that's happened before, and anyway, I'm getting off topic. Let's get into this subject before I ramble on for too much longer, shall I? I guess my only real pushback to Elena's video is that I don't really think it's the lack of negative reviews per se that are really the problem, but a lack of nuanced critiques in general. Like, it seems on YouTube that critique means that you either gush about a certain piece of media that you like, or people think that complaining and nitpicking and bitching about every little flaw in something is considered criticism. Excuse me. Now, I understand there are people on this platform, and BookTube in particular, who have come on here to share the books that they love and aren't really interested in being a critic or reviewer for that matter, and that's totally fine. I'm not making this video to criticize those people. You share what you want to share, you talk about the books that you love, and I'm not here to shame on people who don't do negative book reviews, because, look, I'm the same way. I don't mind doing critically and negative reviews of books, but I don't mind people that don't do negative reviews, because, you know, I sympathize with their desire to cover books that they love. So I'm not really saying that they're wrong. What I do have a problem with is with people taking these extremes and acting like this is what criticism is, when it very much isn't. I swear, I'll see these booktubers I respect, like Jason Furman or A.P. Kahneman, give these very thoughtful, nuanced critiques where they talk about problems they had and things that they liked and whatnot. And people tend to just go for the most surface-level things, and they're completely flabbergasted when it turns out that either of these guys have, more nuanced views on these books and take away these insights that they might not have expected, even though it might be a more critical review, because that's generally what critical reviews are. But anyway, I just see, I watch these critiques, and I'm just people are just flabbergasted by them because they just don't play the YouTube game and stoop to these cheap gotchas while passing them off as a review. I could go on, because I have many gripes with the state of modern criticism, but that's a video for another time. Where I became particularly concerned with this subject is when I saw Tori's video, and she talked about reading Lonesome Dove, and expressing that while she appreciated what Larry McMurtry was getting at with this book, the pushback she got for it was so bad that she now regrets reading the book. That was deeply distressing for me, if you didn't capture that before. It's one thing to disagree with somebody. It's a complete other when you bash someone for disliking a book. And it's particularly something where it gets so bad that it makes the person regret ever reading the book in the first place. And look, I was there with Tori. I was there at that Lonesome Dove book chat that we had, and do I agree with everything that Tori said in that discussion? No, I don't. I do have some gripes with her critiques of the book, but she at the same time, she came with some really interesting insights and thoughts about, she really came with some interesting thoughts and insights about the book and the characters and things that she took away from the book and things she appreciated about the book. And now people have criticized her or bashed her so badly that she now regrets the book. I couldn't let it stand. This video had to get made at some point. And look, I get sometimes that it can be frustrating or troubling for someone to not like something that you cherish. It's something I struggle with myself. Not because I'm some sensitive snowflake who can't take criticism, though that thought has crossed my mind a couple times, but because I sometimes get frustrated with the fact that a certain person doesn't see the beauty that I see with a certain piece of media, rather it be a book, a movie, a comic, a TV show. I could go on. So hear me when I say that I understand the impulse, but here's what I want you to do. Step back and think about why this person dislikes a book that you might cherish. Try to engage with it. Have a conversation. Sometimes I'm not the best at this because often when I get into debates with people about books, I don't often feel that I have the words to defend my position because, it's just a casual disagreement. I'm not getting up on a stage and debating someone about the merits of a certain piece of media. But I at least try to do it. Because the last thing I think anyone wants is to scare people off from reading books that we love, or any kind of media that we want, or any kind of media that we love. I mean, I mostly talk about books and comics on this channel because, well, that's really what the main focus is, and also, BookTube is a big thing now. But, yeah, I don't think anyone wants to scare people off from reading books that we love, and I've seen this with a lot of communities, so I don't want that to happen. But if you'll allow me to get serious for a moment, one of the things I value beyond anything is the freedom of expression and freedom of exchanging ideas. And not because I'm just a freedom-loving American, but as a human being, I value this very deeply, more than a lot of things that I value in my life. Hell, half the reason that we're in the mess that we're in right now is because people aren't willing to actually realize what freedom of speech is. There's some people out there who just want all the benefits of freedom of speech and none of the drawbacks. They expect that their opinions to be respected and anyone else's opinion just doesn't matter because of one reason or another. Now, I'm not going to get political here, so don't worry. I'm not going to try and, talk about my political beliefs or anything. But I think it's a good I think it's a good thing to point out in this situation, because I think this issue does kind of come down to freedom of speech, freedom of expressing ideas, and freedom of exchanging ideas. Because, hell, that's what America was founded on. So what I'm trying to get at here is that criticism isn't just where we complain. That's only a small part of what it means to critique or review things. Critiquing things means that we explore ideas freely, and we have the chance to understand others, rather it be the author or fellow audience members. And as I've said before, we consume stories because we want to understand our fellow man. It's one of the most poignant ways for people to connect with each other. Don't throw that away just because you had a different experience from someone else. Because if you do, then, my friend, we are in a whole heap of trouble. Far more trouble than even I initially thought. So, yeah. That got deep. I'm sorry about that. I didn't really mean to get that deep into it. Well, actually I did. I wrote a lot of this down, but I don't mean to make it heavy, is what I'm getting at. But I think at the end of the day, we need to understand that we are people, and we can still treat each other with respect while disagreeing with each other. And that's kind of something that's been lost in our society today. So, yeah. I don't want to get too rambly again, so let's just wrap up the video while I'm ahead. So, yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And do all the stuff, do all the internet stuff. Find me on Twitter. You can find me on Goodreads and Letterboxd, where I write reviews that are probably more coherent than the one you just heard right now. You can also find me on Instagram and Blue Sky. I'm not really using Blue Sky too much, but I am starting to, so don't worry. You can also find me on Discord. I hang out on there. I'm trying to get my community going on there. It's not been working out too much, but I'm trying. I'm really trying. And I am also going to try and become a mod or an assistant mod on a certain Discord server. I won't reveal who just yet, because I'm going to try and keep that on the down low for my friends who I'm hoping to be a mod for. But anyway, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, comment. Let me know what you think about this situation. Do you agree with me, or do you think I am just taking things too personally, or whatnot? I love hearing from you guys. I love the community that we have here, and as my buddy John Minton likes to say, when you press that like and subscribe button, it feels good. It feels real good. You even get a tingle from it. Yes, I just said that. I just said you get a tingle from it. You know, you just get a little pep in your step, as John likes to say. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. Hopefully it wasn't too serious for you guys. And, well, until next time. See you guys later. Bye-bye.